If you are 18 and older and looking for a cruise line that is adult only and full of treat you like an adult fun,
We think we found exactly what you've been looking for. We believe Virgin Voyages is that cruise line.
and the Valiant Lady is the ship we chose to verify these claims. Welcome back to
Welcome
Travel
back.
Tips and Recommendations with Nikki and Tommy. We are Nikki and Tommy of Jones Getaways,
We are.
a travel agency that wants to help you experience the amazing of the world.
And today, we're diving into our amazing experience aboard Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady. An unforgettable trip with family, friends, and so much fun. You ready?
Almost. First, I got to shout out to this hair, honey.
We see you.
Because
We see you.
Renee at Purple Feather Loft Salon,
Mm-hmm.
she did an amazing job. I truly appreciate her. We're going to tag her in the comment section.
Good job. You ready?
Yes?
Now,
Yes.
let's go.
So we were super excited for this 5-day getaway out of Miami, Florida on Virgin Voyages. It was a Virgin celebration cruise with Sir Richard Branson and Boy George as the DJ.
Who knew Boy George was a DJ?
I know.
Not this guy.
We had special friends and family. It was a group cruise for us, and it was absolutely amazing. So this was my second time sailing on Virgin.
Not mine.
My first sailing was on the Scarlet Lady in Greece. I did the Greek Island Glow itinerary, but this was his first time. This was your first time.
It was.
Yeah, which was amazing.
So the good thing is she enjoyed the cruise so much, Virgin cruise so much, that she booked this cruise out of Miami so I could experience it. So we sailed out of Miami, Florida. And if you didn't know, Virgin Voyages has different lady ships. You have the Scarlet Lady, you have the Valiant Lady, Resilient Lady, and the Brilliant Lady. And of course, we sailed on the Valiant Lady. But all of the lady ships, they share the same layout.
Even though Scarlet Lady just now got a glow up, so there are a couple things that are different, but for the most part, like you said, the layout is the same.
Yeah, and the advantage is you get on any of those ships, you're familiar with them, okay? Let's talk about that boarding and the sail away part.
Yeah, so we arrived a day early, and we highly recommend all of our clients arrive a day or two prior to their cruise. So we stayed at the EB Hotel in Miami. We had stayed there before several years ago, so it was a beautiful hotel then. It was brand new. So we knew we were pretty familiar with that hotel. And they have transfers included with the cost when you book through them. The transfers from the airport to the hotel, and then also from the hotel to the port.
Yes, and we went to Terminal 5, which is for the Valiant Lady, and it was the beginning of a great adventure. Boarding the Valiant Lady, it was smooth, but it was a little confusing. Once again, it was our first time boarding out of Miami, and it wasn't familiar to us. So the first thing was our group was we were boarding at different times.
Right. So we recommend that once you're able to check in fully on the app, that you do that as early as possible so you can get an earlier boarding time.
Right. And their process is 90 minutes before your boarding time, you will get lined up in line outside of the building. So we recommend do not show up earlier than an hour and a half, okay, before your boarding time. Then at 60 minutes before your boarding time, they move you into the building. And that's where the security process happens. That's where you get checked in. And also that's where you get issued your wristband. Now your wristband is your all access card. It gets you entry to your room. It helps with payment, as well as return ship access after excursions or getting off at a port. And then 30 minutes before your boarding time, you get to actually board the ship.
Yeah. So once you board the ship, we immediately went to our cabin to watch the safety briefing. We watched the safety briefing on the video, and then we also recommend that you place your cell phones on airplane mode so that you can connect to the ship's Wi-Fi, which is free and is included, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a few hours before you get your luggage. So we recommend you take a tour of the ship. Make sure you familiarize yourself with the areas. And we actually did that, but then we had ice cream at the Lick Me Till I Scream place.
Did.
So as the travel agents, we take the training with Virgin Voyages and we become first mates. And because this was a celebration voyage with Sir Richard Branson, there was a hosted cocktail hour, happy hour, that was happening at 5:30 that evening. So I went to that to show my face, and because it is a hosted event with Virgin Voyages VP of Sales John DiOrio. So I went there, and then Tommy hosted the family and friends for the sail away party.
The sail away party. Now, the sail away party, that's on deck 15, and it is by the big pool there. And recommend that you arrive early. Now, arriving early is going to give you access to seating, but once the party starts, you're not going to want to sit down unless you're tired. So you'll find seating eventually.
But you shouldn't be tired since you just got on the ship.
Well, you never know. But there's two things that make that sail away party amazing. One, it's fun and full of good music. That's one. Two is free champagne for 30 minutes. So they serve them in glasses. You can grab two at a time, and you can drink one, put it down, wipe your mouth, and then drink another one and go get two more.
Also, there are a lot of activities on board, so there's nothing for you to have to seek entertainment, because everything there's so much to do. So they have the Scarlet Night, which is the all red night.
Yes.
Not gonna go into much detail about that. You just have to book a cruise.
Well, just know that if you're not in red, you're the problem.
Right. So Scarlet Night, they have the pajama party night. We actually didn't do that night because we were just exhausted.
Sleepy.
Yeah, we were exhausted. So we did have guests within our group that did attend it, and they had a good time.
But back to Scarlet Night. Boy George was our DJ, and he was turning up. So much props to him.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah. Now, just walking the ship, you're bound to find a show or a performance somewhere, right? So you won't miss a lot, because you'll see a lot. But you can use the app as well. That way you can see what's going on and then go there. But don't fret, because you can't see everything. It's impossible. You can't be everywhere at once.
That's why you book another cruise through us.
Yes. Good one. And we went to two incredible shows. They were eclectic and they were fun, and you cannot explain well enough what the shows are. We went to the ship show, which was a dinner and a show in the Manor. And then we also went to the Misbehaved show in the Red Room.
Now, one of my favorite activities to do on a cruise is karaoke.
Karaoke.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
So they have a room called the groupie section.
Yeah.
It's called the groupie, and they have private rooms that hold either 2 to 4 guests. They have one that has 4 to 6 guests, or they have one that has 8 to 10 guests available. Yeah. So you have to go there early in the day, because they have a daily sign-up sheet. You have to physically go there, write your name down for the allotted time, and it's an hour for each section. Each block of time is an hour. So you need to get there as early as you can, so that you can secure your time slot.
Now, my baby says that karaoke is one of her favorite times. I enjoy it as well. But the food, let's talk about the food. So I've been told by previous sailors, as well as my wife, that food on Virgin Voyages is the best food overall that they've ever had. So of course I had to try it. Right? And so the breakdown is, let's talk about the galley. The galley is like a food truck court. It has different eateries all in the galley that you can pick from. It's got tacos, it's got sushi, it's got hamburgers, it's got all you can eat or all day breakfast.
Ramen.
Yeah, that's her favorite. You got ramen. And the good news about it is all of that food was good. Okay. Now, the way you can order is you can actually physically go to the eatery and request what you want, or you can sit down in the galley at the table, raise the red flag on the table, and one of the attendants will come and take your order. So either way, you'll get that good food.
Yes, no buffets at all, which is my favorite thing about it.
I like buffets.
I do not like buffets at all. They have the specialty dinings. On the app, 45 days prior to sailing, you have the opportunity to reserve your dining at these restaurants. So you have the test kitchen, which is an elevated experience.
What she said. I mean,
you may still have to eat at the galley later on that evening because it is quite different.
It's amazing what they do, and the attendants were great, but it's different.
The chefs are very skilled.
Yes.
You know, they have the wake, which is a steak and seafood.
My favorite.
Yes,
and
we had a birthday dinner for our daughter there that evening.
Happy birthday, Kayla.
Yeah, which was amazing. They have gunbei, which is the Korean barbecue.
Fun.
Which we love.
Soju.
The Razzle Dazzle, which is fair and flair.
Hey, an amazing menu.
Yeah, they have the pink agave, which is the Mexican.
Yes.
And one thing we did not get a chance to go to Extra Virgin, which is the Italian restaurant, but that was okay because we're going to sail again on Virgin and we'll be able to eat it then. Yeah. But they do have brunch available at the Wake and
Razzle
Dazzle.
Yes.
So you have the opportunity to eat at all those restaurants on a short 5-day sailing. We just didn't have brunch.
Our first port was at Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic.
Good job.
And we went to Taona Bay, which is right off the ship. And it's a place that has a lot of shops. It has the island feel, as well as having a huge swimming pool with music, DJ music. You have all the bars and eateries that you could possibly want to have, as well as the tourist spots where you can buy your little trinkets that you want to buy.
We decided not to take any excursions on this at that port because we've never been there before, so we wanted to get a chance to just kind of immerse ourselves into what they had to offer right outside the
become familiar with it, right?
Yeah. So we were able to go to the pool. You know, had our family, some of our family guests were there with us, and just had a chance to sit and talk and dance and have a good time.
I'm gonna say 2 words: monkeys, gorilla. That's all I'm gonna say. And then our second port was at Bimini. Bimini is Virgin's island, and I'll tell you, it's beautiful.
Again, this was our first time there also.
Yes. And so when you get off the ship, you line up at the traffic circle and line up and wait for the tram. Now you can walk.
Highly discouraging.
Yeah, it's a long walk to the beach from there. But the tram will pick you up, and it carries roughly between 20 and 30 people at a time. And it'll take you, first it'll ask you if you're having an excursion, and it'll stop and let you off for excursions. It'll stop and let you off if you want to rent a golf cart and just drive around the island if you wanted to.
Some of our guests did that. They just rented the golf carts and then they drove around.
And then it'll finally end at the beach and drop you off, and then it'll start all over again. You're not going to wait for a tram no more than 10 minutes max, okay? Yeah. And then when you get to Bimini Beach, you'll walk into the entrance, and you'll see bars right there that you can get drinks, and also you'll see you'll see pools, you'll see beach chairs, you'll see bars, you'll see beach, and then you'll see the ocean. So it's everything that you can do, the layout. Just look around and walk around and just enjoy everything that's there.
Yeah, the great thing is that your wristband works there also. So you're able to, with your Sailor Loot or your bar tab, you're able to use that while you're on the island.
Yes.
Bimini Beach. So.
And try the food. So you have the option, when you go up to the grill, you have the option of ordering whatever you want. Do like us and say, I'll take one of everything, and they will load up your tray with everything they serve. You pick that tray up, and then you go back, find a seat, sit down. And they have fountain drinks there as well, or you can get the bar. And once they have happy hour, they'll walk around and serve you little cocktails that they made.
Yeah, so around 1 o'clock, they have the DJ start playing. Because the staff from the ship comes out to Bimini, and you're just having a party there. So the staff comes out, they have the DJ there, they have the happy hour. So, and the chefs they're back there cooking the food too. So on
a grill.
Yeah.
And it's a blast.
Yeah.
And like every good thing that happens, it has to come to an end. and we had to disembark from the ship back in Miami. Great things to offer about this, though. One is, it's just like every other cruise ship. You can leave your bags outside of your cabin at 10 p.m. at night, and they'll come around and they will police them up and take them off the ship for you. You can pick them up afterwards. Or you can carry your stuff off. And you don't have designated disembarkation times. You just have to be off the ship by 10:30 a.m.
Which is a blessing, because other cruise ships we found we had to leave off at 8 a.m.
And people don't wait. So it's crowded. And let me tell you something. This is how perfect it is. We left our cabin when we wanted to. It was about 9:15. We went out, got to the elevators. Nobody was waiting. We pushed the button, ding, within a minute. We got in the elevator. It was just us, and then we got off the ship. So I really like the way they do that. Absolutely.
Seamless.
Once you get off the ship, you think that you can get in a cab right outside the door, right? But you can't. Reason being because right outside the door is for the rock star status. And so if you have reserved a Uber or a cab or pickup of any sort, you have to go across that street and veer to the left. Now you can wait up there for cabs, or you can just keep going down to another lot. And the way you know you're in the right spot is you're going to see a bunch of cab drivers standing up with signs and trying to get you to go with them.
Are you ready to give them some tips?
Absolutely. Tip number 1, get familiar with the Virgin Voyages app before boarding. It just makes it easier to learn the ship and help the app work for you.
Tip number 2, watch the safety video before you board via the app. But you can also watch it as soon as you get on the ship.
Tip number 3, arrive no earlier than 2 hours prior to your boarding time. I mean, you can, but if you do, you'll just be standing around outside. It's covered, but it still won't be most comfortable.
Tip number 4, the champagne is free for 30 minutes during the sail away party, so take advantage.
Tip number 5, request split of sailor loot through Sailor Services. What that does is that makes sure that 2 occupants or 3 can use their wristband to pay for the services that are needed.
And tip number 6, prior to sailing, if you're traveling in a large group, create a WhatsApp message for your group. Yeah, so that way you'll be able to communicate with them while you're on board, because some people have iPhones, some people have Androids. If you have WhatsApp, then you can communicate freely. And that, good people, was our experience of sailing with Virgin Voyages aboard the Valiant Lady. Thank you for joining us. If you've enjoyed our video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.